Alright, good afternoon everybody. We are here at the Chicago Street Course for Race 13 of the Irscl Quiksilver Studios Cup Series season. We are just now starting qualifying as everybody is starting to amp up for make their qualifying times around here at the Grand Chicago Street Course. We have a few entries entering in this race, one of them being a absolute legend of the roll racing world. Driver number 31 for Horizon Racing is Pug Player, making his final road racing debut. Well, start really around anything in the road racing community. And he opted for his final race to be here at the Chicago Street Course in the Irscl Cup Series. As he is going to hit the wall off turn 12, that's probably screw over multiple people as he's going to hit the 14 as well. Mistakes being made here already in just qualifying. Pug saying oop in the channel. He knew that it was a little bit effed up. But the first car that has started a qualifying lap is Anthony. This ain't an actual pace game as it wasn't added in the game just yet for qualifying. You will see it when we get to the race. But he is driving number 12 for Divine Motors. It may say 17 right now, but whatever. As he goes through turn 6 into turn 7. Taking it nice and easy. But these drivers, they have to be very careful with those barriers around the racetrack. As it's been noted multiple times that the wall has been an issue, and Anthony is the first one to put a time of 1:20.5. It is a little slow. Don goes back, and everybody else is trying to cross the start finish line. D's now with 1:17 leads the way. Monfort crosses the line, he goes P3. Trooper across the line. And Pug goes across the line. So everyone has at least made a qualifying attempt here. Which I believe we only have 6 cars entered in this race. We may have more joining here soon, but right now that's how it is with these 6 cars. And Boffa's going to make a mistake and hit the barriers in turn 2. And he's going to let the rest of the field by. But that's the best to know, but along with Pug's final start, the entirety of Horizon Racing goes for a little rebrand as Boffa's wrecking in turn 4. Right into the barrels. Or tire barrier. Hard hit for the 97. But it looks like he's going to get the car back going and he's going to keep it going. Ugh, excuse me. As we are about to have 11 minutes remaining in the session. As Pug just went to the top of 1:16.3. That 31 starts to show a little bit of pace as he's the first car to reach into the 16s. Someone just respawned on the racetrack, whoever that was. It looks like they're respawning in the pit lane. As we watch Pug Player following Trooper in the number 14, subbing in for Al Roll of this race, as one car hit him a little hard that's Don back in turn 2. Oh, Trooper's parking it right in front of Pug. That was not how I wanted it to go. Miscommunication going on there. So Pug glad to get another shot at it. track just by over the weekend has been very tight on everybody. As Pug has already went to start another lap here. Or he's gonna bring it to the pits. And so does Trooper, but he also hits the barrels. And we have a car parked in turn 10. And it's a 24 Dawn. We were about to display the caution flag around here to let drivers know that there's an issue with turn 12. And now there is an issue with turn 12 because Dawn hits the wall. Alpha might be going on for a real clean lap here. Top it right over the curves in turn 8. Going through the carousel 9 into turn 10. He's going to absolutely smack the wall, but he does advance his time just a little. We will have to take a look at that. But he is going to go ahead and bring it to the pits as he also hits the barrels. As we're watching on Anthony, once again, hitting the wall at turn 6. Went a little too quick there. And he's gonna hit the wall again. We go on board with the 17. And we have another car parked in the corner. That is Dawn again. Caution flags are going to be displayed over at turn 11. Oh, he has a flat tire. 24 has a flat tire. Well, he just went in respawn, so I think we're good now. Alright, track remains green now. I guess that Dawn used the wall too much and just killed the tires off. So we are once again looking at the lap that the 997 performed. That was a minute 18.8 flat. The officials are taking a look at it to make sure that he didn't use the wall so much as an advantage in turn 10. As Dawn has got back on the racetrack. Waffle goes a little wide at turn 6. Catches the barrage so a weeny bit. If Moffat can advance his time from here, there might be no concern. And he does. That's a minute 17.1. That's going to put a P3 on the charts. So no concern about that previous lap he set up before. He has now advanced his spot without using the wall. Good call on him. As Don, I believe, is having another issue in turn 5. Yeah, that 24 car's been all over the place. As we are now having 4 minutes remain in qualifying. Oh, he's gonna absolutely smack the wall, and he's going way off in turn to 11. Alright, Don is still sitting out on the racetrack in turn 11 after having a major issue. Drivers are going to be alert to keep caution over turn 11. Alright, so with only 2.5 minutes remaining in qualifying, Pug still tops the board. Trooper is currently second with a minute 16.9, and Dees is third with a minute 17.013. And it looks like the 24 is still sitting in turn 11. Caution flags are still being displayed over in turn 11. And local drivers are still trying to advance their times here. The 24 still hasn't got it back going in turn 11. It may risk us a red flag here soon. If a red flag comes out, then all drivers will be forced to bring it back to the pits. It's clear the 24 still ain't moving. Okay, the 24 does get it back going. We after that, but I don't know if he's gonna make it around to start over time. Because they have to cross the start finish, or the alternate start finish, before they can start a new lap. So it's like a couple of people will be on their last here. Mumford just started a new one. So as Amphi is probably going to lead the charge here off. The red flag is out. Everybody's going to be finishing their laps here. Who can advance their time? And start went Dawn. Alright, Amphi to cross the line, no advance. D's across the line, and Pug, no advance. Pug still remains on the top, D still P3. Muffa is going through turn 4 and 5. He is still currently sitting 4 with a minute 17.1. He could try advancing. Here comes the 97 going into turn 11. Smooth through 6, going down to 7. Oh, he's gonna go a little wide on the wall. Let's go slow him down a little bit. Here comes the 97. Cross the line, no advance as he wrecks. And that is going to end qualifying here at the Chicago Street Course. And we have, in his final start, the number 31 of Pug on pole position by almost a complete second over the whole field. Oh my goodness. We're going to take a brief break here to get things situated after qualifying. And in a few minutes, when we come back, we'll be set ready for the grid here for the Grant Park 220 at the Chicago Street Course. Alright, welcome back to the Chicago Street Course. Drivers are lined up at the grid, and I believe we are just seconds away from starting the Grand Park 220 here. But I believe we might be missing somebody, but we do have a new addition to the grid, the number 2 of Ballin. Our current points leader has just joined, and he is starting at the tail end. But before this race, we've seen that multiple times in practice sessions, he's been the one who's always been at the top of the board. So he might be a challenge against his teammates on the front row. And another documentation we gotta take in this race is the guy on the pole, the 31 of Pug, in his final road race in his entire career. He is starting on the pole position, fastest than anybody by about a whole second, and he is about to make this last start one of the best races he's ever done. So we are getting the word for the drivers already ready. As soon as I say that, Anthony is sideways. Oh boy. Please tell me one of those races. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I guess with that happening, if he's probably gonna be real quick, then let's see if we can try bring up a driver in. And you know what? Let's get a pole winner.
Hello.
Alright, what's up, Pug? Starting on the pole position, your last race. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, I've been really looking forward for this race, especially since like I've never won here, so this is on my bucket list for my last start, and hopefully I can win it. I think I've shown some really fast speed, and I think we can get this W.
And you've got a whole Horizon field behind you. Do you think they might be a concern to you, or do you think they may just let you by?
I would like them to race me like as like, you know, regular racers. I mean, I wanna have this. I want to see if I can really earn this win, not just have it handed over to me. So, you know, we'll just have this. We'll battle it out, and you know, we'll see how it goes.
Alright, I was about to say that we could get back going, but Don literally just went AFK at the little second, so we still got a little bit longer, but we see that you've basically got a whole second of everybody qualifying, so you definitely have some pace in that 31 Chevy.
Yeah, definitely. Like my final lap, and I feel like I had basically no mistakes. I think that might have been one of like the fastest laps that someone could make at this track. Maybe a little bit faster, but you know, it's close. It's really close.
So, as we are literally about to have a little chaos, probably in turn 1, how are you gonna react to it down there?
Just hope and pray.
Calling words with the 31. Oh my goodness. Alright. So, we will probably see if we can get another driver because Don is still AFK. Oh my goodness. Who else want to be brought up? You know, let's get the head of the Horizon group here, the number 987. Alright, Bob.
Hello.
It's us in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, you're already right with your teammates here, and you got pretty much the best guy out here, Pug, on the pole. What are you thinking in that 97 Chevy?
Well, I'm thinking Horizon Racing has got 5 beautiful-looking race cars out here. We got everyone has pace, even Don. I'm including him in this. He has got all right pace for no practice. I think Pug, obviously the star of the show. I hope he has an amazing race. Ball, and I know is going to be probably his biggest competition. Trooper up there as well. I hope to compete. I don't really know. I'm kind of having to adjust the setup. I'm having to change up. Was going to be racing control, and now I'm on my laptop, so I just got to figure it out. But I think it's going to be a good race. Hopefully, we get it going here soon. I'm excited. I'm glad me and Pug were able to bring this whole deal together. This has been 5 months in the making. I reached out and was able to bring this together. So I'm ready to get going. I'm excited.
Yeah, we definitely see that anticipation, or anticipation, my bad. But how do you think the strategy is going to play into this race here? Because we know all the tire wear, it's being so much dramatic. Because we've already seen the D2 race yesterday, that just by using new tires against old tires, you can go seconds faster a lap than anybody else.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the strategy plays out this race. I haven't. I mean, I've practiced, getting some laps around here, but I haven't really looked at any strategy plays. I wasn't able to watch the D2 race, unfortunately, so not really sure how that went. I've heard some people talk about it, but I think for at least me, it's just going to be learning on the fly, figuring out, when my tires wear out, when it feels like a reasonable time to pit. If I'm losing 2-3 seconds a lap just on my tires, is it worth it for me to continue out there? Is it worth for me to come in and pit and try and gain time? It just all depends on how the race flows, when the cautions come out, all that. Um, I think there's going to be a lot of unanswered questions for me, at least, going into this race, but I'm excited.
Alright, I think we're still waiting on your teammate over here, so we may still have a minute here. Because, well, Pug just went AFK, but Don behind you is still somewhere, wherever he's at.
Yeah.
Do we have a bet that he got mammed again?
Probably.
Yeah. It's just getting a little chaotic here, but good luck in your race. And just try to get the 97 Chevy up top.
Yes, sir.
There is no need to fear, for I am here.
Oh boy.
If there is.
No, there's no. Oh, there he goes again.
Oh my god.
Can we go? Forget about it. Can we
Okay,
go?
what's up?
No.
We're back.
Oh,
We get it.
Did I really just say that you got mammed? Holy bro.
Hey, remember the plan. Remember the plan. Don't forget it.
Ugh.
Remember the plan.
That was probably the funniest crap there. Oh my god.
Me and these got a good planning. Got a good planning choice.
Yeah. So I
The
guess,
plan.
Gav, you're gonna be up
This
here
shit.
commenting as well.
I guess for a while I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who got pole? Pug play?
Yeah, look in the group chat. Gav, look in the group chat.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. We're not saying anything. Just shut up, bro. We're not saying anything. Don't
Alright. We are back up. Drivers are ready. At about time. So I believe we're going to go ahead and send it green here at the Chicago Street Course. Alright, the countdown is down. Pug and Trooper on the front row. We are green in the streets of Chicago. Rolling down the turn one. They're almost going free wide. Going down there, free wide stack back there between 12 to the 2 and the 24. Oh my goodness. But right now it looks like Pug is going to clear the 91 and take the race lead early. As they go down to the turn 3, 4, and 5. Dees gives a bump to Pug. He shows that he's there, but not enough. Pug still leads as one car is parked in the wall. I think that's Anthony. Anthony is stuck in the wall as there is a car that is slow on the racetrack. I believe has it too. As it looks like Dee's now looking on the inside of the race leader. Pug is trying to do a crossover. There's that back side by side going down to turn 8 and 9. Pug takes a spot back, but here we go with the turn 10. This has been the most trickiest corner of all the entire racetrack to everybody. Here we go with the turn 11. And it looks like that into turn 12, the first lap here in the event, as they're almost breaking. Pug is going to lead the first lap here in Chicago. As everybody is just trying to sort themselves out. Oh my goodness. It's just chaos in the back.
6% tires. That's crazy. You should probably stay out of the wall.
I think he got forced into the wall. I couldn't tell what happened on that first lap. But Anthony's down to the pits. As Pug still leads the way going down to turn 6.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing about the wall script. You can just put somebody into the wall and ruin their race.
Which I really gotta be cautious around that. As right now, the top 3 is still Pug. Oh my goodness, Pug sideways. Dees is hitting the wall.
Whoa!
They keep it going. As Dees is
Oh.
wrecking again, he's gonna park it right in front of the Trooper.
D's becoming the ultimate choke artist.
Probably. As we have one car that's going somewhere as a 97. As Trooper is gonna smack the wall at turn 12.
Good job, guys.
And he is back sideways as the 24 is into the barrier. As they're still getting hit back there. The Trooper is just trying to get it back around, but he's sort of struggling. But I think they get it back going. But Gavin, do as you just keep an eye on the back. Just in case if anything stupid happens.
Okay, I won't be here for long, though.
Yeah. As the 97 is dead in turn 5. But he does get it back going. And right now, Dees is pretty much gone away from Pug. Pug is ahead by 3+ seconds. And it's only been lap 3. Oh my goodness. And both the drivers are just in the wall because they're struggling.
Moffel, there's a toggle decor on the top right of the screen, if you haven't seen it already.
And Don is almost wrecking in turn 11.
He is.
Man, Don's been having an issue in turn 11 because he had an issue there multiple times in qualifying, and he's struggling in the race. As Moffa's going straight into the barrier in turn 1. He's going to lose position the ball in. But he's going to get it back going, and he's going to stay behind the 2. Issues going on for both the drivers, and we have another car in the pit lane. I believe that's the 24 Don. And yep, the 24 is done and out. He is in the garage. As Dees is hitting the wall back to turn 6.
4 laps in, and he's already 13 seconds away from 3rd place. See ya, Don. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's only lap 4 and just chaos is already happening.
Ballin is not cooking right now.
Yeah, he may just join into the race, so it's probably going to take a minute for him to get used to the thing. But he does have his teammate right out his rear.
Where's AJ?
AJ is on the 14, it is Trooper.
Yeah, like what is he like got somewhere to be or something?
That's what
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking. I don't even know why the fuck I'm asking. It's not like it's any of my business.
For what I heard, that's what I think.
Okay.
As Pug is starting to extend the gap between 1st and 2nd. He is now almost 4 seconds ahead. Almost 5. My goodness.
D's, lock in.
So, Pug's definitely having the jump here. But Dees is saying that yeah, Dees is sort of keeping up with the 31 now. He is starting to get closer and closer.
Reminds me of the old days.
Oh, Pug's in the wall! A mistake
He's
by the
almost
31. That just allowed the 91 to catch big time on him. A battle for the race lead is now on. The gap has been cut from 5 seconds to less than a second. So Pug has to be right on the wheels of that thing if he wants to get away from the 91. As it looks like we do have a driver that will be joining, that be Shelby, but he will have to wait at the end of stage 1.
Oh, another bottle.
As also, Shelby's asking you to move to the stage. I don't know if you have permission to do that, Gav.
I can see.
Oh my goodness, the 91 is just right on the tail of the 91, or the 31, excuse me. As Shelby, please delete your car. You cannot enter through the race until stage 2. As way out.
Did I get him? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay.
Alright. But, Shelby, you don't need to be despawning your car. You don't need to be.
No. I'll tell you what he's doing. I'll tell you what he's doing. He's on Xbox. He's fixing his camera. He's spawning a car, getting in his car, and fixing his camera because normally the camera on Xbox is way too zoomed in unless you get in a car.
Alright, that makes sense. But it looks like that D's made a mistake in the last sector of the racetrack last lap, and it allowed Pug to pull away by 2.5 seconds.
Pug's a lot more smooth.
Yeah, Pug's a lot more patient and just being a lot more careful on the throttle. Because he didn't want to get in that wall and waste all that tire wear.
Yeah, Deej just has his few sets of corners where he just turns on the NOS.
Yeah, Pug is just chilling around here. He is not trying to push it or anything.
No way y'all gonna let this man lead every lap, right? You know, it's only 7 laps in. We're gonna predict the winner.
We may have pit stops before the end of stage 1. That's all I could say. We're ready for how many drivers are hitting the wall. We may see that happening. As we do already have one retirement from the race. That is the 24 Don. After I think he had multiple issues on the start and he just bowed out.
You know, you should do D's. You should just do whatever the 31 does.
That's probably what the 91 thinks in mind. Because he wants to keep up with that 31. Because it shows that he is the only ever car that's as quick as him. But I think soon at a few laps, the 2 car might start to catch up pace. Because he's seen it in practice that he's literally been the top guy around this course.
Oh shit, he is gaining.
Bro, I'm watching the stream, and Pug actually looks like he's in A chassis, bro.
I know, he's smooth with it unless he makes a
Yeah.
mistake.
I mean, that's just how Pug is. He's just a smooth driver.
That's ridiculous,
He's
bro.
driven 8 chassis for most of his life, I'm pretty sure. And because of that, he's using all that experience, and now he's just leading away here in Chicago.
I mean,
And he's been mistake
just
free.
different.
Minus that one mistake a few laps ago, but otherwise he's been free, no issues, still in the race.
Yep, Pug player been driving a chassis since 5 years old.
Safe to say he's a smooth operator. As
He's definitely
Infinity
gonna
is
win.
saying thanks to Ballin for something. I don't know what that was. Oh wait.
I think Molly had put him in the wall earlier in the race.
Oh yeah, right. But Infinity may have a slight advantage when we get to the end of the stage because I think there goes Pug.
Huge bottle.
When I just said that he was being mistake free, he just made a huge mistake. That allowed the 91. They're now side by side going down to turn 6. Looks like Deez is actually going to clear the 31. But oh my god, he gets a bumper from the 31.
Aggressive.
Not going to like that. As that he's trying to set it in, but can't quite do so. Pug now
He
back
went
to
for
the
the
lead, but big mistake from the 31. That near cost of the lead. Oh, he's going to make another
Another
mistake.
mistake.
Here comes the 91 to the lead.
D's out here, he's the damn intimidator, man. Run, D's. Run while you can.
So now for the first time in this race, we have a new race lead here. The number 91 of D's.
Ballin's 4 seconds back now. Holy shit.
Yeah, Ball's closing in. Oh my
D's,
god.
brother, you gotta go. You gotta go.
And Pug's trying as well. As it looks like the 2 cars finally found some pace. And we were about to get halfway into stage number 1.
I have the unfortunate feeling that D's is about to get bitch slapped out of this lead.
Could you please refrain from cursing, whatever? But here comes Pug with the dive bomb. He's gonna barely take the race lead, but no, they're back side by side. But D's gonna keep the race lead, but the more they battle, the more Paulin's gonna close in.
Why is the race live? Since when do we do live streams?
Oh, D's gonna make a mistake the same way Pug did a few laps ago. That's gonna slow Pug down, and that's just gonna allow Ballin to be right in the rear view mirror of these two. Ballin is there. Down the front stretch to complete lap 10. It's a free car battle for the race lead. I told you the 2 car's gonna find pace, and what do you know? He's waiting on mistakes, but he's getting a little bit of contact with the 91. These is just trying to hold off the 2 car. He wants to keep that 2nd spot. As these are stage points on the line, but he's gonna make a mistake. Bond's gonna clear him. Almost clears himself on the 91. As yeah, the 91 got slowed down because of that. Bond really to be careful on these because he kind of forced the 30 or the 91 on the wall. As he
Putting
did,
all the divine cards in the wall.
essentially.
Out here like a Pokemon. You
He's
gotta
gonna
wall 'em all.
absolutely hop the curb at turn 8. Oh my goodness. As now he is trying to chase down that 31 of Pug. The most dominant car as of now in this race. And but no, Ball's in the wall. But also, meanwhile, Deez has got slowed in enough to where Trooper is closing in to make a battle for third. So because of that issue that 91 had with the 2, it just forced him to be battling out for third. The 91's probably not be happy from that incident. As we have multiple drivers saying on the radio, they are pitting. Monfa and Deez will be pitting this time. And yeah, the 97's already on the pit lane. So we're seeing pit stops early in this race.
Oh shit! I didn't even know. My bad. I didn't know Mothra was that far back, bro. I'm not good for this, bro. I cannot commentate on a live
Alright.
thing.
Here's the
I
97
curse
out,
you.
and that is a questionable pit exit.
All right. Good luck with this, Roddy. I'll talk to you guys later. Have fun. Good luck.
Alright. So as Gab pops out of the stage here, and there might be a risk of a penalty going to the 997 for pit road violation. Maybe. We'll have to see from the official's word on it. Because the rule is that was given to all drivers is that you have to keep more than half the car above the commitment line. Well, not commitment line, but that yellow line at the end of pits. It was already documented multiple times during the weekend, and one driver is already back on the pit lane. That's Deez, as he already made through his pit stop. And he gets a clean exit. So we may be hearing if there might be a penalty to the 97 here in a few laps. As they are now taking a review at the replay. But as we complete with 7 laps to go, Pug still leads the way. But he's gonna barely slap the wall as he is gone by 8 seconds. But we do have a battle for a second occurring here with Trooper and Ballin. But I think Trooper's got a better run here off turn 2. Man, that 2 car is just starting to find some issues now. Alright, Ball is saying on the radio he is pinned this time. So the race leader now, well, the second place on track will be pinning this time. Well, okay, now he just lost position of the Trooper, but he is going to still be pinning here. They have to make sure they get a clean entry here. Here comes Ballin, and he gets to the pits clean. Yep, no speeding made by the 90, or the, excuse me, the 2 car. So right now, Pug still leads. And we just now got word from the officials. And they have determined that the 97 cut the end of the pits, and he'll be docked to send a pass-through penalty. as documented earlier in the race, that they must stay above the commitment line at the end of pits, and the 97 completely cut the entire car underneath it when he was exiting pits under green, so that we'll be risking a pass-through penalty for the 97. The question is, will we be able to stay on the lead lap? Because Pug, I think, might be staying out to the end here. But pit road does close when it's 2 laps to go. As now the 97 is also battling with the 12 car now. As a Fink, Ballin, and Dees has already went to make pit stops. No, yeah, they did. So Trooper and Pug are the only cars on the racetrack who has yet to pit. We'll be seeing them to pit before the end of stage, or will they stay out and just wait till the end? And Mava is down on the pit lane, serving his pass-through penalty. Alright, 4 laps to go. Pug is staying out. And Muffa just now exited the pit lane. He may see Pug just entering the corner behind him, but he is still ahead and on the lead lap, but he does have fresher tires, so I think he may pull away from the 31. Also, he doesn't make any mistakes. As Pug goes down the backstretch into turn number 6. Yeah, Pug right now is just driving the most calm as he's been all race. I haven't seen him in the wall. Yeah, he's just calm driving at this point. As this is the last lap that we get through pitting, and Trooper is now to the pits. So Pug is the last car out there who has yet to pit. And we also got a clean entry from the 14, so he won't get buffed for speeding. So all he has to do is just get a quick and clean pit stop, and he looks like he went for 2 tires. And he does make a clean exit through the pits. So is Pug gonna pit this lap? Or is he gonna stay out to get stage points? No, he's staying on the radio. He's pitting this time. The race leader is headed to the pits. As he goes down to turn 11, goes to Jackson Drive. And we'll be seeing him go into Columbus Drive in this corner. And he is going to be heading to the pits. And yeah, once again, top 5 will earn stage points. Alright, Pug's already out, and he went on 2 tires, I think, as well. I mean, here comes Trooper off into the final corner. He might be closing in as Pug is gonna really cut it off the corner. I think after we just seen with the 97, that might be also a penalty. So I think we just had the most dominant car of the race might get bobbed for a penalty on the pits. Because once again, you have to be within that, you have to be above that commitment line at the end of pits. We will have to see what the officials say on it. And we already just got a word from them. 31 is gonna get a pass-through penalty. The race leader will have to serve a pass-through penalty for a commitment violation at the end of pit road. And he's already going down. And he's gonna hit the wall as well. So that's gonna give the race lead to Ballin. As here he comes across the line to take the final lap of the stage. So, Pug is gonna get out, and he gets out clean. So he's gonna stack up right behind Trooper and D's. This is a battle for third on the racetrack. So he may get into it here. As here goes Ballin off of turn 6 as he goes on the Balbo Drive. Here goes the turn 7, turning onto South Lake Shore Drive. Or, excuse me, he is on going for the carousel of turn 9 into turn 10, pulling up on the Jackson Drive. And here he comes into the final corner. Ballin is gonna get out clean. Makes some mistake from Ballin, or excuse me, Pug, and he's gonna win stage number 1. As it's still a battle on for a second, but I think it's gonna go to D's, who's gonna earn second. Trooper's gonna get third. After his penalty, Pug's gonna get fourth. And a little bit back over on Jackson Drive is probably gonna be a guy who's basically had a sad day or since the start, but the 12 of Anthony is gonna come off turn 12, and he's gonna get at least one stage point here as he finishes 5th. And I guess everybody's already stopping, but so y'all need to back down when you get it off there. Alright, stage 1 is complete. So we're going to take a brief break and get these cars ready for the pits. I believe drivers are starting to get ready here for pits. We are all lined up at the end. So I believe we're going to go ahead and send it down to the pit lane. And here we go. Alright, everybody's clean in. Here, the race off the pit lane. Deez is gonna get ahead. Oh, but it's gonna be tight. Free wide off the pit lane. Bald's gonna barely get it. Trooper second. Deez third off the pits. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I think Deez got second. Wait. Let me look at a replay. Hold up. Wait, what the hell? Okay, I guess I had the thing off, I suppose. That's stupid. My god. As a Monfla, I already got the stage results. Okay, we are back here at Chicago Street Course. We've already brought up our stage 1 winner up to the booth of Gav, or excuse me, Ballin. But Gav is up here at the booth, but Ballin, our stage winner, is also up here too.
Stage winner.
So, Ballin, you got us?
Oh my. Oh man, that's a. My avatar does not. I forget that you have the weird things on the games. So now I just look.
Hey yo, Ballin, you got us? He's up here, but I just don't hear or anything.
His radio's disconnected. He's gonna have to come down pit road, get that fixed. Look at all these guys here. Look at all these race cars. Hi, Blanco. Here, I'll sit in your car for you.
Alright, so are we ready to send it back here for stage number 2? Also, Gav, I do want you to not be so close to the track. Or whatever the avatar is, bro.
I'm supposed to have a Porta-John on, but the Porta-John did not transfer into the game because you have weird
Alright,
thingy-majig.
here we go to the restart. We are back green. Stage number 2 is underway in the streets of Chicago. Roll down to turn 1. Oh, D's gonna sort of hit Ballin all the way to the bottom. It is gonna keep him to the race lead as I fake the free wide going down to turn 2. Oh my goodness, it's chaos. As D's is gone. Oh, but
Run,
oh my god! D's
Shelby
just absolutely nailed 3 cars into the wall of turn 4. And we have multiple cars pinned to the wall. That is Shelby and Pug. Oh,
they're going.
My goodness.
Wow.
Shelby with the dive bomb of a lifetime into turn 6. Well, not turn 6, turn 4. Jesus Christ.
Karma caught up to the 2 car.
So now the ball just got a little screwed there because of that. Wait.
Justice has been. Oh, Pug around!
Pug got a slight issue off of turn 9.
Feeling the pressure.
And it looks like Deez still leads the way by about 4.5 seconds over Monfa. But oh my goodness, what a weird start. Like, Shelby just made the most biggest dive bomb I've ever seen at this freaking track. And killed near half the field. Oh my goodness.
Shelby out here taking care of business.
Yeah,
No, I couldn't hear him all, by the way.
even he's still a lap down. Because rejoining rule is that if you join a mid-race as he near gets to the barrier, but rejoining rule is if a driver joins mid-race, they will have to join a lap down.
D's, don't choke while leading the race, like literally choke. Remember to chew.
Oh my god. Alright.
Also, you should probably lock in.
Alright, so D's gonna turn on to here the East Balboa Drive. And through turn 1. At the turn 2, he's gonna turn on the Lakeshore Drive. As he
You've
is,
memorized
I think he's
street?
pulling away maybe from Monfa, maybe? Though I think Monfa maybe closed in last time.
I think Maffa.
I think the gap was like 4 seconds or so just a few laps ago, but now it's 3.6. But I really don't remember what the times were, but I think he's closing in. So after that whole related issues on the restart, Pug, the most dominant car this whole race, is all the way in the back.
I am missing controller.
So here comes D's on the Jackson Drive into turn 11.
You really memorized all the street names?
Trying. As he now turns on to the final corner, starts his lap on Columbus Drive once again.
Holy shit.
Turns,
Or,
goes into turn 1, now on Balboa Drive. Here comes the turn 2 on the South Lake Shore Drive. As the gap is now extending from him to Monfa. It is now 5 seconds. And it looks like Pug is possibly going to be battling with a 2 car once again as Steez is into the wall. He got spin fixes going into the corner. As he turns back onto the Columbus Drive once again, he had a big issue over there on Roosevelt Road. But here he comes back on the Balboa Drive again. He looks like he's getting the car back from the trails. Because he's basically been driving that thing like it is on rails. As he goes to the Congress Plaza Drive. Here he goes for tight turn 10 to the turn 11. He's going to turn off the Jackson Drive. And here it comes. He's going to turn back onto Columbus Drive. And that is a lap around here at the Chicago Street Course. And we have multiple of those to go. As it's only 25 laps in out of 75. Good grief. As the gap, it's closing in again because of the mistake from D's.
He was very confident entering this race. He was pretty sure he was going to do pretty good, have a good chance at winning the race, and he's proven himself.
As Ali's saying that he's trying to say, so I think he's trying to limit himself from touching the wall or anything like that. But in the turn of that, it's allowing the 97 to close in. We'll go on board with the 97. With the Chevrolet on board.
14's catching up, too.
Yeah, D's is getting slower and slower on the track. He's saving a whole lot. As here comes the 97. He is right out of the back bumper. And here he comes. They're almost going side by side of the turn 10. Risky move. But, oh, Monfa is parked in the middle of the racetrack. He's going to get right into the 14.
Oh!
Did the 97 break a little too hard? Oh my goodness. Now he's saying that he got
Nah,
a
he-
lag. Oh my god. Bro was going like 20 miles an hour going into that corner. So I
I
think
think
because
he was just still these.
yeah, I think because of that, he just saved D's a whole lot of time now. Because the gap is now 6 seconds between first and second, but Trooper is trying to make a pass again, and he looks like he's going to clear as we have one car back in the barrier turn 2. That is Anthony.
Sad.
He gets it back going. Still no incident. As he said on the radio, that was a big ouchie. Oh, God.
Gotta thank the Horizon cars every day. Huge into the wall for Trooper there.
And I think the 97 just rode a big part of the curb there. And Moffa is in the barrier at turn 10. He's going to get right in front of the 2 car.
Maffa, am I causing you lag issues? Are you having...
Yeah, I think
Bad-
he's having major lag issues now. And then he's going to hit the barrier at turn 12. Moffa, who was just now competing for the race lead, is now in the midst of the back. He's back in 4, 16, 17 seconds behind the pack. As I think soon,
You know,
but if he has another mistake, he'll have the 31 to pug past him.
and that puts Ballin in third place, which is not good for the 2 leaders. As
And
Trooper is running.
it looks like Dees Bay had an issue last lap and allowed Trooper to close in.
Maffa, can you turn your car back and forth if you want me to leave real quick, or in case I'm causing you lag?
And it's like he just allowed Pug by. And he's in the wall again.
Ooh. You sure? Because it looks like you're lagging bad. You know, don't answer that. Don't answer that. You focus on driving. Anybody else have lag? Actually, I don't know how I expect them to respond to me on a road course right now. That's a good stage break question.
Alright, so right now, Trooper is closing in as him and Dees are driving into turns 4 and 5, about to turn onto Columbus Drive again. Here they come. Going down the backstretch into turn number 6. They're going to turn back down on East Balbo Drive.
What happened to Ballin?
No, he's still running the same pace as he always was. Because he's still about 9 seconds back. He's been for the last few laps, but as they go through the carousel,
He was a
right into turn 10. Trooper, Trooper was competitive in the day 2 race yesterday, so it's sort of a non-surprise that he's running up here second to the race leader. Oh, he's gonna hit the wall. That may slow him down as Trooper is right on the back as they drive down Columbus Drive once again. Oh, but Trooper's
Yeah,
setting
Ball-
it in! 14 and 6 to send the 91. And he looks like he's gonna clear for the race lead, but D's not allowing. He's gonna put him in the wall!
Yeah, see,
Oh
look at that.
my god. The
Ballin
91,
lost like...
the 91 just absolutely drilled the 14. Oh my god.
Damn.
Okay, 91, that's at least a 1 out of 3, because you just absolutely drilled him. He may send you just a little, but he didn't straight up put you in the wall. Good grief. So as they figure things out, D still leads the way, but he now has received a 1 out of 3 from officials due to that issue with turn number 2. As it looks like we have one car that's the leaders are catching up to. That is Shelby. He is absolutely off the pace. Already a lap down. Blue flags are being given to the 51. I'll have to let the leaders by here in a minute. And it looks like he's going to go to the bottom. And D's going to go right down there. And he's going to let the 14 Trooper pass for the race lead. So I think the 91 just straight up let the 14 by after that issue of turn 2. As we're getting now to almost halfway in stage number 2, and Dees is in the wall, and he's slow.
That must have been what Ballin did when he lost all that time, because Ballin went from like 9 seconds back to the leaders to 15 in 1 lap.
Yeah, I think Dees hauled the wall too hard, and now he's all the way at the back. I don't know if he risked tires or not, but that was probably risky on the 91. But now that should allow Trooper to pass for the race lead, he's just subbing for the 14 of Alrola, which he is also battling with a 2 car in the points. As there only have multiple cars around, and turn 12. And it involves D's. He is parked in turn 12.
Catastrophic.
He is going to get it back going, but he's going to lose multiple spots.
Can you hear me typing?
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting noises there. But the one who's probably typing real hard right now is Trooper, because he is pretty much gone for the pack, because he is now about 13 seconds after the mistake from D's. Just the only thing is, actually the 14's championship contender is right in this spot behind him. So as he goes back to Columbus Drive.
Oh, Deez is around again.
Yeah, D's back around in turn 9, and he's going to lose another spot. And he's going to have Shelby right on his back bumper still. And it looks like Moffat just had an issue as well in turn 10. And Anthony's saying on the radio that he may park it here within the next few laps. But 97 makes a big issue, and 91's going to pass. So Dees is going to keep the 4th spot, but that 97 is still right behind him. As the gap is extended between Trooper and Ballin, first and second on the racetrack. As now Anthony is in pit lane. As Dees is saying on the radio, he's pinned this time. The issues are just racking up, and he's going to go down to get some fresh tires, but he's making contact with the 97. As Ballin, the second car on the racetrack, he's pinning this time. And so is Monfa. And Shelby's saying that he's parking it. Mo is here for a couple laps, and Shelby's already saying that he's done.
Only about 4 people having a good time.
It's getting real tight for the battle for 4th, as these 2 cars are literally about to go to the pits.
Beating and banging.
As Ballin is down to the pit lane. Here comes those 2 cars. He's gonna miss the pit lane. I guess he wasn't gonna try pitting with the 97 right there.
That's smart. It's going to be almost impossible for 2 cars to enter at the same time. We tested that. It didn't work. I died multiple times.
Alright, so Ballin's out. And he's gonna get a clean exit off. Keeps it above the line. So I believe Dees is probably gonna try pitting this time. Yep, he said on the radio he's pitting this time. As here comes the race leader for turn 11, going down to turn 12. And he still has yet to pit, so I think he's running long. Well, he may try running long. So I'm pretty sure now
This race was 50.
So I think now the only cars who has yet to pit are the top two, Trooper and Pug.
Need to check them cheating Horizon cars.
We already
These,
seen,
my.
we literally already seen from last race. We've really made sure that the Horizon cars weren't cheated. I can definitely say they definitely aren't. There's literally no way.
I don't know. I don't buy that. I think they're cheated up pretty bad. Got that
And
extended
Dees
hose.
makes a mistake in turn 2. Hits the inside wall and his tire's down. Left rear
And that is
down on the 91.
That's a stalled car on track. Is that a caution?
Well, he's sitting over there in turn 2.
He can't go. He's stuck. Looks like a caution to
He's
me.
on the throttle. Oh, he's on the throttle now.
It doesn't. Yeah, you can't get off the wall once you blow a tire.
Nope, he's getting off the wall now.
He not ready. He can't. It's gonna constantly turn him back into the wall. See? That's a caution. That's a stalled car on track. And he goes a lap down. Call the caution, bruh.
We're waiting to see if he can try getting it going, but yeah, I don't think it's happening. Caution.
Yeah, he just lost a lap with that too.
And caution is out. And that's going to play in Trooper and Pug's favor. Because now they will get to pit and they will have fresher tires than everybody else. Because they're going to assume that everybody who literally just pitted are going to try staying out.
You're not gonna count D's a lap down right now, are you?
Oh, he's still going to be a lap down.
Okay, but that doesn't make much sense to me because I feel like the caution should have came out about 15 minutes earlier than what it did.
Well, he wasn't even trying to move or anything, so we were trying to make sure that he actually was stuck.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm saying like I watched him the entire time and I watched him try to
Trooper,
move.
do not go backwards. Do not go backwards. Do not go backwards. Stop that car from rolling backwards. Stop, 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 stop. You do not go backwards until everybody else has gone through the track.
I just feel like it's unfair to Anthony because I think he's also a lap down. And now he's gonna get stuck a lap down. Or one of them is.
He was parked in the pits. Yeah, he's still parked in the pits. He's not even running.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Dees is only going to be a lap down because of that.
Still feel like he shouldn't be.
Well, he would have been a lap down no matter what. Because the leaders were just too close to him.
No, he sat there for 20 seconds on the wall. And that's
yeah,
what let...
If the caution came out or not, he would still be a lap down.
How would he be a lap down?
Because the leader was literally catching up to him. And he was literally stuck there. But...
Yeah, but he was stuck on that wall for like over 20
But as we figure this out, we're gonna head a break here. As we try to figure things out.
Okay.
We are back under the alley here at the Chicago street course for a parked car in turn 2. That was from D's. He had a blown out tire. He ended up going a lap down, but he's back on the racetrack. So as we figure things out here, we will get ready to go back green here in just a minute. Alright, are we ready to send it back down? 5 remaining in stage number 2. 4 cars on the lead lap, 2 retirements from the race, 6 cars in total on the racetrack. Alright, no NRs or anything, so I believe we're gonna go ahead and set it down. It is Pug and Monfa on the front row. 5 to go. We're back green. Even start between the top 2. Rolling down to turn 1. Who's going to get the advantage? It looks like it's going to be Pug as everybody's trying to situate themselves out here. Pug is already trying to pull away as second place is having a little bit of contact between the two. Looks like Pug is gonna try to pull away to get a stage 2 win here. But he's only here for just his 1 star in Chicago. Although that 96 car, which is technically under the same points as the 31. So the 96 will still earn some pretty drastic points if he does end up winning this stage. As everybody is stacking it up back here. They are side by side, going down to turn 9, almost going free wide. As, oh my goodness, they're Hail Mary to the wall. And I think there's 1 car parked to the wall, that is Anthony. He got sent way out there. I think it was by Ballin again. As Pug is basically gone. It's a 4-car battle. Just for the second spot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Pug is literally gone. But the battle is on for sec between Ballin and Monfa. Trooper is right into the middle of it. As Anthony saying on the radio, he's back in the pits. After contact with the wall, as they are getting real mad tight. Oh, goodness. As Dees is currently second on the racetrack, but he's a lap down. So I guess it still shows that he has pace. And as long as everything goes right, he will be back on the lead lap when he starts stage number 3, as he's now side by side with the second place on the scoring. That is Ballin. As they're still trying to situate themselves out back there. But it looks like these is trying to hold off the 2 car, even though they're not even racing against each other for position. But here we go, 3 laps to go. Pug is gone by 7.5 seconds. As the 2 cars back there get to the wall, Ballin is looking on the inside. He's there. And it looks like he's gonna pass for second, as it just briefly lags. As they're going hard on the brakes, D smacks the wall at turn 4, and he's in the wall at turn 5, and he is gone. And it looks like Monfa's probably going to get him here as we go to Columbus Drive. So that's probably going to end the battle for that spot. Oh my goodness. These would have shoved the Monfa. As Anthony is still back there, 2 laps down. Ball and Silver on second, but Pug is just all out fast right now. As he comes to the front stretch, 2 laps remain in stage number 2. And the gap is it's sort of squeezing in. Or it's closing in, my bad. The gap was about 7 seconds last lap. It's now 3.5. So Ballin is closing in on Pug, or unless Pug had an issue last lap. But right now, Pug is he's still pretty much gone from the field. They can still see him in his rearview mirror, but right now, he's just looking ahead and looking for the stage win. Oh, Pug really gets real close to the wall of turn 10. As it looks like there's a battle on for a second between Ballin and Trooper. But as Pug comes off of turn 12, and he's going to cross to take the last lap of the stage. But this battle on for a second is really going at it. Because here comes Trooper looking on the inside. He's there. But Ballin gets a better run off the corner. But Trooper is sitting there trying to get against, as these are the championship competitors right here, battling for 1 point in the stage. Because again, 1 point could be everything. It could have turned your whole season. And Trooper's only here as a sub role for Alrola. As I think Monfa looks at an issue with turns 4 and 5. But right now, Ballin is starting to pull away from Trooper just ever so little. But as they roll for the carousel, but coming off into the final corner, he's probably going to get his only stage win in Irscl history here. As Pug off of turn 12, he is going to cross the line and win stage number 2. Ballin second, Trooper's going to get third. As we have 1 car parked to the wall at turn 11 near turn 12, that's Monfa. And it looks like he's just going to crawl the thing to a possible 4th place spot here. As Deez has already crossed the line, he's a lap down, but he's going to get the free pass. He does finish 5th, but 4th place across the line is going to be Monfa. As I think we may still have another car coming on the racetrack. Yeah, do not go back. We still have a car coming on the racetrack. Anthony is still coming. After being multiple laps down. Here he comes, and oh my god, Deez. And yep, here he goes across the line. And oh my god! He absolutely smacks the ball in. I guess that was just a revenge from the Kid 12 car. He had enough with Ball in this race. So we're going to take a brief break as I think Ball is going to get heavy again. Oh my god. We're going to take a brief break here and get things rolling off, as this is the Grant Park 220 here at the Chicago Street Course. Alright, after a brief intermission, we've gone through pit stops here in Chicago. We are lined up, we're getting ready to start stage number 3. Although one thing to note, during the pit stops, we do have a penalty that was being given, and that is to the 31 of Pug. He pitted outside the box. You have to have with the entire car inside the pit box when you pit, and he had completely, like, half the car outside the box. So I believe we are all ready to send it down here. It is Trooper and Monfa now in the front row. Stage number 3 underway. Let's go. Roll down to turn 1. Who's gonna get the advantage? It's gonna get Ty off the corner. But it looks like Trooper is gonna get away, but multiple cars into the wall. Monfa and Pug got slammed. But Trooper now pulls away by a few car lengths over D's. As everybody else is trying to sort themselves out, we got a battle for the third spot here between, well, it ain't for position, but third on the racetrack. That is Ballin and Anthony. Anthony trying to battle to get the free pass position, or try to get to the lead so he can put himself on the lead lap. As they roll down to turn 8 and 9. As I think one car just had an issue. Yep, it was. It was a 14 to Trooper. Our race leader is in the wall and he's slow. Thad just now handed the lead away to the number 91 of D's, who's going to lead the first lap at stage number 3. As Trooper, who had a mistake, just let it roll away. But our Ballin is back of the bumper of D's for the race lead. But alongside with him is Anthony. Everybody's just getting right back with each other here. So as everybody's trying to sort themselves out, Ballin is trying to get past the 12 of Anthony, which these two have had issues the entire race. And Ballin's gonna put him in the wall, like, again. Anthony is dead in the wall again. And by what you know, it's the 2 car. And Anthony's saying the tire, yep, right rear, or yeah, left rear is down on the 12. And he is on an incline. Yeah, that's probably not going to suit out caution. Yeah, Anthony is stuck over there. Right on the incline with a flat tire. That ain't going to do anything. Anthony, just stay right there. We'll get somebody to help over there. But we're going to take a brief break to do a track cleanup, and we will be back here at Chicago. after a pretty long break. We got our drivers back, but one of them had to retire, which unfortunately was Pug, who was in his final road racing start. But fortunately, he'll have to finish it in the garage. But are we ready to send it back down? We still have a few laps in this thing left. So I think we're good to go ahead and send it here. And here we go. D's and Trooper on the front row. Back to green we go. Rolling down to turn one. Who's gonna get the advantage? Boff of a big send, but he's gonna get bumped right into the wall. Rolling down to turn two. Trooper is gonna get used up by Spay, or excuse me, D's. Oh my goodness, what was that? Bro just straight up used him. But now up at the race lead, it's a rivalry again. Ballin and Anthony. These guys have been going at it all race. Anthony just kept getting put in the wall by Ballin, but now Ballin's gonna get put in the wall by D's. Oh my goodness. So Anthony is now leading the way, but he is a lap down. But under these conditions, if we get a caution right now, he'll be back on the lead lap and won't risk any penalty. And you got cars that are hitting the fence back over there at turn 10. And now D's having an issue. He's the race leader, as it now could allow Ballin to close in. Side by side down Columbus Drive, going down to turn one. Oh, it's gonna get real tight as they go on the Bowel Drive. And D's gonna try sending it ahead, but Ball's gonna bump him and move him out of the way. Trooper is just hanging on right behind these two, who are side by side down into turn 4 and 5. And they're in the wall! D's parked it in the wall! He gets it back going, but is probably risking a whole lot of tire wear. Now it's a really blind corner, so we couldn't tell who forced what. But oh my goodness, D's already saying on the radio that he just says, "Good job, Ballin." That Ballin's just been the guy who's been putting people in the fence. He's just trying to eliminate his competitors pretty much. As he's now chasing down his teammate Trooper for the race lead. Wouldn't be surprised that he puts him in the fence. As Anthony is having an issue. I think he hit the wall. Yeah, he said he lagged. Okay, yeah. So he is going to go back a lap down. But now it's Trooper versus Ballin. The 14 and 2. Going against each other for the race lead. Have we seen this before? As Anthony's going to hit the fence again. As Ballin is hanging on right on Trooper's back bumper. Here we go into turn 6. Ballin's gonna get a better entry. He's gonna get side by side with a 14. He's gonna try a bit of a crossover, but Trooper thinks of it. From turn 11, going down to turn 12, back on the Columbus Drive. Trooper still hangs on to the lead. But can he fend off his teammate? As Ballin is just trying so hard to charge at him. they go. Now the turns 4 and 5 once again. Bond's got a better entry, but Trooper is still hanging on to the defensive line. But here comes Bond on the outside. He's gonna be right on the back bumper. He's trying to look outside now. Here they come for turn 6. Trooper just putting the absolute defense on his teammate as they go down for turn 7s and 8. Going down to 9. We'll go on board with a 2 car as he's trying to chase down his teammate of Trooper, essentially his championship competitor, to try grabbing a win away. Because I think, as of now, for how they resulted in the stages, I think if the 14 wins this race, he may get the points lead again. Because remember, the week prior, the 14 going in at Talladega had the points lead, but Ballin absolutely dominated the stages and won the race. That ended up resulting him to take the points lead away. But now it could be a complete reverse. Although the 14 has bettered the 2 of Ballin during the stages. As they roll down to turn 7, he's closing in ever so slightly on the 14. He's right on his back bumper going down to turn 9. As they're being so much careful to not touch the wall. Although I think Ball got a better turn 12 than the 14 did. But I was like, question is, when will we see pit stops? Because I think you may have some people who may try splitting the stage in half, as they'll be on the quickest amount of tires they have. But there is how this goes. As Trooper is just trying his best to keep the 2 car behind, and he's doing quite well. Although Trooper is being a little slow to prevent Ballin in some corners, he's just putting the absolute defense of the 2. Oh, but Ball's gonna make a run. He's almost there. Trooper thinks of it and blocks it. But they're gonna be real tight into turn 7. They're side by side now, going down to 8 and 9. But Ball's got a better line. He's gonna take the race lead away. Oh, and Trooper makes a mistake, and he's gonna hit the wall in turn 11. And Ball makes a big mistake. He hits the wall way too hard in turn 12. He just sold so much time. Trooper now back up to the front. But now Ball's going to make that pass all over again. Oh my goodness. Just mayhem going on right now. As we go look off the back of the 14 car now, as he just sees that 2 car way in the distance. After that mistake, it costed that 2 car lots of time. But again, the 2 car seems to be faster than the 14, so he may try closing in within a few laps. The Trooper just gets through the wall at turn 10. But he's trying to keep the car clean as much as he can. 26 laps remain. The 14 of Trooper still leading the way. Ballin is ever so slightly closing back in. The gap now is 1.5 seconds. As they roll down onto East Balboa Drive, Trooper still leads the way. But he's gonna hit the wall in turn 7. Because it looks like they might be catching up to some lap cars, maybe. But Ballin is closing in after that mistake from Trooper. He is at least a few car lengths behind now. As I think we have a car that's in the pits. I think that is Anthony. Yep, he has parked it in the pits. I think he's done out of the race. But as we look back to the race lead, Ballin is right behind the 14. Can the 14 try anything to keep that 2 behind? He has been good on the defense line, but he might give it away to Ballin right there in turn 5. And it looks like he's going to take the race lead away just by he had a better entry into turn 5. As it rolled down through 6 into Columbus Drive onto Balbo. And down to 7, Ballin is probably just looking to pull away from the 14. But I don't know how well he's going to try pulling away because Trooper is already right back on his back bumper. He's looking on the inside. Not quite there, but he is just still sitting there right behind the 2. 24 to go. The battle is just on for the race lead. As meanwhile, back in third, Dees is still sitting behind. But let's see where we cross the line for how far he's back. He's like 15 seconds behind the leaders. And yeah, Anthony saying on the radio he is doing schoolwork in the pits. What a way to do. And his teammate at D saying on the radio, goats. Now just the question is, when will we see these cars pitting? Because I think the pit window is starting to open within the next few laps. Because I think right now, the longest we've seen anybody go on tires during the stages was to at least 18 laps. And we are literally about to complete 18 laps on these tires. Although they did pit at the, when we got the first caution of the stage. So I think they may go a little longer. So I think probably about 18 to go, it's when we see multiple of these guys go into the pits. Because they want to stretch that thing as much as they can. But for the lead, every second is going to be everything. Because you never know, Ballin could just have a 10th slower on his pit stop than the 14, and next thing you know, the 14's gone. So every second will matter within these top 2. I mean, if Dees gets like a fast stop or something, he may close in, but I don't know if it's going to be in time to reach him just by in the pits. Only unless these top 2 makes a drastic mistake, it might be just It's gonna just be on for up here. But it's best to know, but the guy in second right now has been holding on to the race lead a couple of laps ago of Trooper. He's not even in he's not even supposed to be scheduled to be in this car only until like early this morning when he was signed to sub in for Alrola after he did do a really good performance in the D2 race just yesterday. He won both stages, ended up finishing second in the end, but he's showing that no matter what car he's driving, he will run up here at the front. So, Trooper might be looking on to possibly just showing for what he can do in the top spot of the sport. And it looks like he's doing pretty well. Because I think remember back, he did he do a star earlier in the season? Like as another substitute rule for Ball, and I think it was back at Bristol actually. Yeah, I think Trooper showed up back at Bristol just a few weeks ago for his first star in D1, and ended up finishing like 4th, 5th somewhere, I believe. Because I think we have a car that's in the pits, maybe. No, it's still Anthony down there, maybe. But we may still see pit stops here in a few laps. Oh yeah, Trooper did do the Daytona Road Course in D1, right. That was originally his first start, and then I don't even know where he would finish in that event, but afterwards he did do a start at Bristol, and then he's here at Florida. Or not Florida, Chicago, Jesus Christ. I'm getting places fixed up for some reason. God almighty. I mean, I'm pretty sure he even... Was he scheduled to even make a start at Talladega or something? But he just didn't show up? Because I remember there was like an announcement or something some time ago, but speaking of Trooper, he's closing back in on the 2 car now. 20 laps to go. Pit window's pretty much open now. I mean, people could go ahead and start pitting right now to try going as long as they can, but they just gotta hope they don't hit the wall so much. But I just don't know for how much they got on the tires right now, but they're trying to go long. But we'll see on the radios whatever, who or what pits first. As it looks like they're also catching up to a lap car, potentially it being Monfa. Monfa was just in turn 6 as they were just getting out of turn 5. As the gap is extending between them and the rest of the pack, because D's went from 15 seconds just a few laps ago to 24, near 25 seconds behind. So whatever these top 2 are doing, they're just blind out fast. But it definitely shows because Ballin it just can't get away from the 14. He's literally just sitting right there, right behind. As Monfa's saying that he's pitting this time and he's already down. And he's clean on entry. As the battle still rages on for the top spot, Ballin is just trying to keep Trooper behind, but he's on the outside now. But Trooper backs out. I think he was planning to not do a whole Anthony situation and want to put him in the fence, but Trooper is going to almost slam on the Ballin as Ballin made a big mistake going down to turn 4. They keep it together. Still no incident. But here they come with the turn 6. Trooper's just trying everything to try getting it ahead of the 2 car before they go to the pits. Because if he can get ahead, it may be an advantage for how this race can end. But still the question is, when are they going to pit? We've already seen Monfa pit, but he's already sending a lap down, so he may be able to try overpass, or excuse me, he's trying to see if he could probably best the 2 leaders by on the fresh tires to probably get faster lap times to pull away as much as he can before these top 2 eventually catch him. The gap is still within a second between the top 2. And D staying on the radio, he's pitting. 3rd place car on track is pitting this time. So I'm pretty sure these top 2 are going to be pitting very soon. But they're hitting the wall dramatically, so they will have to pit here soon. Just for how long? Here they come down onto Columbus Drive once again. As they both hit the wall, Trooper had the worst of it and probably cost it a little bit of time. We can't quite see lap times right now, but I feel like the 97 might be going a little quicker than the top 2. And now AFA saying on the radio, he's coming back into the race after whatever that was. But we are now seeing D's going to the pits. As Dave will see the race leaders on the opposite side of the racetrack. 17 laps to go, and clean stop for the 91. Oh no, he gets double boxed! He got double boxed by his teammate's pit. Oh no. That's gonna cost so much time for him. But as the leaders come out of turn 12, Trooper is right on the bumper of Ballin. 16 laps to go. These guys still has yet to pit. They probably are costing so much time between them and the 97 or the 91. Oh, the 91 probably costed a whole lot of time, but the 2 just got put in the wall by the 14. Contact between the top 2 and Ball staying on the radio. He's pinned this time. Race leader is heading to the pits this time. Will Trooper follow or will he extend a lap? I imagine he would, depending on how much the pace is so different between fresh tires and not. Oh, yep, he's pinned this time. Top 2 pinned this time by. But Trooper's want to close in as much as he can to the 2 car. He can't let him get away if they're both pitting. But how much can he close in as they go down to turn 11? He is right on the back bumpers. I can just tell by pace for how much slower they are. Here they come to the pits. Okay, they both hit the barrier. Ball into the wall. Ballin hit the pit wall, the inner pit wall. They are now almost side by side. Trooper lets them up on the track on the pits as they both costed so much time just by a pit entry, but none of the speed. That's the good news for both of them. Oh my goodness. As they are both out of the pit stalls and Ballin, it looks to be slightly ahead. But Trooper's gonna be right on his back bumper as they exit the pits, and here they come, they're out. And they're pretty much dead even like they were as they enter the pit lane. But how much time did they lose? Now with only 15 laps to go, they could definitely push as much as they can as they gain time on the 91. Because I think they're also ahead of the 97 too. Yeah, they're ahead of the 97. They were just all that faster. As they go down the turns 8 and 9, Ballin is just trying to hang on to keep the 14 behind. But a mistake out of the 2 car will see the 14 right on his back bumper. As it looks like he's minimizing mistakes right now. 14 laps to go. The gap is still within a second between the top 2. But Trooper, I can tell, is just pushing as much as he can. He was better than Ballin at turn 1. Turn 2, it looks like Ballin was better. As they go back down the Columbus Drive. Here they come down. We just tell just by on the telemetry, they're on throttle a lot more than what they were just a few laps ago. But they want to make sure that they can make it to the end. They have to not hit the wall so much. Alright, the gap is starting to spread out a little bit between the top 2. But Troopers is trying all he can to catch. As again, if the 2 car wins this race, he will extend the points gap between him and the 14. But if the 14 wins this race, he's going to take the points lead away. I guess this is getting real tight. Alright, I'm just trying to make sure of points here real quick. Because back during stage 1, Ballin finished first, Trooper finished third. Stage 2, Ballin finished second, Trooper finished third. So actually, I think Ballin might actually earn points more on the weekend than the 14. But the 14 needs to close it in, and which he has. He's back within a second from the 2 car. I'm pretty sure that if the 14 does win this race, he will at least extend the gap. Well, he will close in within 2 points right now from him to Ballin. As they go through turn 9 and 10. Alrola probably just looking on Trooper. Just trying to see if he can close in on his arch nemesis of the 2 car. Here we go, 11 laps to go. 3 tenths for the second between Ballin and Trooper. Ball just looks to be finding less pace than he did earlier, as Trooper is just right there. He's right up on his back bumper. Oh, there's two car lanes now as they roll down to turns 4 and 5. And I think a little bumper was given between the 2 and the 14. As Trooper, I think he's just trying to move the 2 out of the way now. I think he knows that he is faster. Here they go with a tricky turn 7. They're just running right against each other, almost the exact same line. Which I think if they continue running the pace they are, they may catch up more lap cars. Oh, a little bit of bumper from the 14 to the 2. He is just literally right there, not getting off the 2's rear. Although that quarter to the 2 got a lot more launch off speed in turn 12. 10 laps remain. The final 10 laps here on the streets of Chicago. Ballin still holds on. Trooper trying all he can to keep up with that 2 car and try to get a pass for the lead. As just a couple weeks ago back at Darlington for the D2 race, Almirola was subbing in for Trooper, earned him multiple stage points in that series. Would it be fun if Trooper, driving Almirola's car, wins the race for him? Essentially a back-to-back favor between them two. But all Trooper has to do is stay on the bumper of that 2 car and just wait for the right minute to make a move. As I think Ballin is getting a little pressure by the 14, as there also are catch up to the lap car, the multiple laps down of Anthony. So I think since he's multiple laps down, he will be given blue flags here soon. We're waiting on when the officials say of the blue flags. They're probably going to get him at the end of turn 5. And there they are, but oh my god, Anthony. Blue flag's just been given to the 12. Lets them by. But almost was race ending there between Ballin and Anthony. But here comes Trooper! He sends it on the 2! He puts him in the wall! 9 laps to go, and Trooper tried making a move. But Ball denies it. Oh my goodness, this is getting intense. As I think one car just went off into, yep. And we have a parked car in turn 12, or turn 11. These are saying that he's pinned on the radio. We have... The question is, can Anthony get it back going? He's a little stuck over there in turn 11. He's in the out of bounds area. If he can't get it back going, caution might be given. And he jumps out. Caution comes out. We have... Oh my goodness.
Hey, you guys still racing?
Yeah.
How many laps you got left? You all about to miss NASCAR.
Well, we are about 8 laps to go. We're coming back to a caution because Anthony is dead on the track with a flat tire.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all might want to hurry up because drivers are getting in their cars.
Alright, don't start going backwards. No. We still have people coming back.
Also, by the way, all of y'all missed Chris Myers calling William Byron or Alex Bowman. He fucked up their names. Okay, he said Alex. No, he said William Bowman. That's what he said. Holy shit!
Jesus
Shoot,
Christ.
shoot. My English is not English in today, so I'm just gonna give up. Good luck with the race, y'all. Hurry up.
Alright. So we just had a awkward yellow just occur because Anthony, who was just got back out on the racetrack after being parked in the pits for multiple laps just because he was saying he was doing school stuff, which sounds stupid. But he went out of the racetrack, let the blue flags around, let the leaders by, and next thing you know, he's in the barrier and has a flat tire. So now because of this yellow, Dees, who somehow went a lap down after I think from pitting earlier, is now on the lead lap as he does get the free pass. And I think Monfa is doing the same on staying out. As Anthony, what are you doing, bro? So we do have some cars that we pitting here. And it's mostly the race leaders. Okay. We are setting it down for the pits for the race leaders. This could be the end of it all. Alright, and 91 can go. There we go. As here we go off the pit lane, Ballin is gonna get and maintain the spot. So this race has changed dramatically. As now we have everybody pretty much on fresh tires minus the 97. He does get back on the lead lap. But we'll have to see how this occurs. As we now have a new competitor in this race with D's. But we're going to take a brief break and get ready for this final restart. Hopefully here at the Chicago Street Course. are back here at the Chicago Street Course. 7 laps remain. We about to get a final restart here. 4 competitors are now in this race again. After a quick yellow from Anthony, who was parked on the racetrack in turn 11 with a flat tire. Which I think the officials will take a look back at what caused the incident, because it was not really covered exactly. As, where is Ball going? Where on earth is Ball going? Alright, here we go again. The countdown is down. It is Ball and a Trooper once again on the front row. We go back green. Even start between the two. Here they come with the turn 1. Who's gonna get the advantage? Oh, here comes Deez on the inside! Sends it right into the 2. He now is gonna take the race lead, but Ball's gonna get it right back here. Oh, wrecking! Oh my god. Deez with the most craziest sin of all time. Probably crazier than goddamn Shelby's from earlier this race. Has just went, basically knocked the entire top 2 out of his way. And is now leading the end of this race. Now the question is, can he hold him off? Because they already got past safety, so it may not take long. But Trooper's already back on the back bumper of Ballin if this is going to be the battle for the race win. If they do end up catching, which it looks like they already are catching. But oh my goodness. Just, what on earth happened there? As now with 6 laps to go. Ballin and Trooper are heavily catching. They're within a second. And Muffa's already saying he's pinned. So is Anthony. Mia literally just got a restart. Here we go. 6 laps remain. Ballin and Trooper are essentially there. Bubba gets out clean on his pit stop. Can Deez hold off to 2 charging Horizon cars? Horizon has just been back on the streak again after some off weeks in the super speedways when we had other teams winning, the one in Florida. But afterwards, they've been having a streak and they're trying to restart it again. But can they restart it again with 5 laps to go here at Chicago? That ball's gonna go way too hard. He cooked it way too hard in the turn 1. That's going to allow Trooper, who's going to clear him, to get past. Trooper now up to second. And they're being so much closer as I think they're about to send the 91. But no, they're both in the barrier. Trooper tried to send the 91 going down to turn 4. That it did not work at all. It costed both him and his teammate a 2. Oh my goodness. And Ball's wrecking! He hit the wall too hard at turn 10. He's probably out of it. It is race over for Ballin. It's all down to one. As I think Trooper just got past the 91 of D's. I think D's cooked it too hard at turn 12. It just allowed the 14 to get by. It just now went to the most positive way it can for Trooper. Ballin just wrecked in turn 10, and now he is leading the race after D's makes a mistake. But now can he hold off the 91? I just can't believe what just happened. As now as they go through turns 9 and 10. Trooper, who has basically been at the front almost all race, is trying his hardest to hold up the 91 to essentially clutch his first win in the D1 series. A win at the top division would mean everything for him, showing that he has the ability to drive these cars around here in the top spot. And he just got a bumper from the 91 as he is trying hard to catch up to him. Because I'm pretty sure the 91 only has... I didn't think the 91 even won a race this season. I don't even remember. No, wait, yeah, D's won Bristol. So D's at least has one win on the season. He's trying to get number 2 here. But we might have a really clutch finish here in Chicago. 3 laps remain. D's is making mistakes like crazy. He's in the wall again. That might have just ended his chances. Unless Trooper makes a drastic mistake, Trooper has his thing. As here they come through turn 12. 2 laps to go in the streets of Chicago. Leading the way is number 14. It ain't outrolled this race, but Trooper, the top gun in D2, subbing in for Alrola, who has subbed for one race during this season back at Darlington, where he got multiple stage points earned for the 96 out of D2. But if we're about to see here as they go down Columbus Drive, Alrola might earn a win, not by himself, but by a driver who is potentially going to be a D1 star in the makings. As he drives through his turns 9, 10, and 11. Here he comes to Columbus Drive to start the last lap here. 1 lap to go, presented by Quiksilver Studios. Here he comes to turn 1. He goes for Columbus onto East Balboa Drive. He's going to go into turn 2. From Balboa to South Lake Shore. Here he comes through 3, 4, and 5 onto Roosevelt Road. And then on turn 5, he's going back to Columbus Drive on the other side. Just what a performance by this young driver. Going down to turn 6, back on Balboa Drive, he got to briefly hit the wall. But he's keeping the thing in control as he goes down into Congress Plaza Drive. He is a top star in D2. Got multiple wins in the season. Made multiple starts in D1 already this season. as he goes down on the Jackson Drive, turn 11 and 12 for the final time. Here he comes off the final corner. Trooper is going to come off and he's going to win in the streets of Chicago. Chief Van Ortiz is going to finish second. Ball and slam on the wall is going to get third. And he just vanishes off in a flash. I'm guessing he is frustrated as F. As I still win everybody else to cross the line. I think it's only one other car that we're missing. Yep, back over to Jackson Drive, going out of the final corner. It is Monfa, the guy who co-owns with Don of Horizon Racing, who has just now clutched a win with their top driver ND2. As we will proceed to get results and stuff after the cup race, because it literally just started. So I'm going to assume post-race actions will happen during or after the cup race. But we're probably going to go ahead and end the broadcast here. But man, what a clutch in for Trooper. I mean, are we able to possibly bring him up here? I mean, maybe. Or no, everybody's already gone. Yeah, all the drivers have already left the radio and are heading off to watch the cup race. But man, this was just an insane race here at Chicago. We are just currently recording the post-race stuff here after an insane race here in the streets of Chicago. But we are gonna go ahead and send it off here. As what a race we've just seen today. Drivers going against the bumpy and long streets of Chicago. Just wow. Now our broadcasting schedule is a little weird here, but I believe that I'm trying to check on the next time we will be seeing us on live again. Yeah, I believe that after this race, the next time we'll see y'all will be on the long track and the most historic one on the schedule, the infamous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As afterwards, we'll send it off over to Daytona, and then we'll be off for the chase. But after today, just what a race we've seen. With Trooper, a driver who was just subbing in for a driver, ends up with a clutch win in the bumpy and high streets of Chicago. Just wow. But just what a circus this place is. But I believe the next time we'll see y'all will be over in Indiana. So this is us at Irscl. This is Rowdy54 signing off.